back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, hey y'all. So make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to say that. No one asked you to just jump up here into the video. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about well, first of all, me and Brittany are about to start doing something in our life that we was previously doing before, and I will be vlogging it. And the only reason why I'm making this video is because I didn't want the new people to come and not know what it is and why it's so difficult for us at this particular time to be vlogging, or just click into the vlog and they don't know the backstory. So basically, in a couple weeks, me and Brittany are going to be trying to get pregnant again, and the point of this video is to show you how to do it at-home insemination and to explain our journey in a fertility clinic and why we chose to do an at-home insemination. So,
yes,
you want to start? You want to say something?
Yes. So, first of all, I want to say that although you guys are young and healthy and your doctors tell you that you are young and healthy, please, please, please talk to somebody that specializes in the reproductive system, because your general primary care physician may not know to search for certain things that could be happening within your body that you don't even know. You just think it's part of the process, and your body's trying to tell you, like, nah, there's something that we need to look into that's important going on. Did you want me to talk about our experience at the fertility clinic?
The facility. Fertility,
the
but
fertility facility.
She is all that. Brittany has this mindset that the fertility clinic is all money and they don't really care about you. So in the beginning of this journey, we decided to so we started this journey around 2017, and we went to the fertility clinic, and her first analyzation of me was, oh, you're young, so this should just happen for you right then and there. And it did not. So I think we tried at least 3 times at the clinic, and then after the 3rd time, they was like, okay, well, maybe we should start doing some testing. I want you guys to understand that there is nothing wrong for if you decide to go to a clinic. That is up, if that's what you and your family think is the best, then that's for you. At that time, we thought it was the best. After the 3rd time, we didn't, go through it. Her first initial thing was, let's see if your tubes are open, and then once we know if your tubes are open, we can go ahead and have you do an what is it that they call? The IVF. So if you guys don't know, that is one of the most expensive procedures to have done at a clinic.
Also, IVF stands for in vitro fertilization. If it is something that you want to know more about, because we didn't take that route.
Right, we didn't take that route yet. Not that our insurance didn't offer it, but your insurance only offer you, some people's insurance only offer you a certain amount of money to do it, and you can only do it in one lifetime, which means that me and Brittany will only be able to do it once in our lifetime. One time. So, of course, that's not the route that we wanted to go at that time. So, we were doing IUIs, and basically that's pretty much the same thing that you will be doing in a home insemination.
What's
so,
IUI?
I forgot.
IUI stands for intrauterine insemination.
Yeah, all these big words, y'all gonna have to look some of this stuff up, especially if this is what you're really looking into. So I'm trying to cut this story very narrow. So at that time, after the 3rd time, they did, and we went and did a scan for my tubes, and for some reason they found that one of my tubes was blocked, quote unquote. So after that, she went inside of my uterus and she looked around to see if anything was in there, and it wasn't. It turned out I had polyps. Now, polyps can technically be, if your polyps get big enough, they can be big enough to stop you from having the baby attaching itself to your uterine wall. Yes. So mine at that time was the size of a tennis ball. I think it was 3 in there or something like that around that time, and that could have been the case. Now, with all that being said, the reason why we chose to go, okay, first of all, let's back up. After we did that, we went and tried again. And it just so happened that the sperm donor that we chose, his semen count was low. So they automatically thought that, oh, his count is low, you guys should go get your money back from the donor bank, and but we'll just give it a try. So eventually that didn't work, and after that time I was just like, you know, honestly, being in a clinic makes you feel like I'm on a table like, you know, and they're just pumping me up with specimens, and it just didn't feel, not that. And Brittany was there the whole time, like she was a part of the process. They let her, you know, do some of the procedure and being able to insert that into my, you know, JJ, but it just didn't feel intimate enough.
Like honestly, we're doing this already, what would be considered like unnatural, you know, so for it to be so much distance between us creating a family, it felt like being pick of a number, you know, if that made sense. Like I just personally, I ain't like it. I felt like the things that was happening at the fertility clinic outside of testing were things we could have just done at home. It's very much possible. And now even after COVID, they sell things like to aid you in doing those IUI procedures at home. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something just came to me.
I was just gonna say, granted, like I'm glad we got the education and we were able to know like what was going on with our bodies, because your partner should be getting checked out as well. But you know, that was the plus about it.
Yeah, I feel like that was the only plus about that particular experience. Do I feel like if it's necessary that I'll go back into doing a fertility clinic again? I mean, if we're literally unsuccessful at home, then maybe, but it won't be the fertility clinic that we went to prior to when we first started this, and we'll probably look for another clinic in Virginia. But I wanted to say that you people who are looking into this now, you guys have a good you guys have it better than we did, because when we were starting this, they weren't even allowing, like, first of all, the way that the banks and the sperm donors work, you have to have somewhere to ship. Some banks. So the bank that we wanted to go with, in our case, you have to have a doctor sign off on this piece of form to even be considered to ship your vows to a place. You can't have them ship at home unless the doctor signs off on that. So now that we're in COVID and everything is happening, they have the option to ship the vows to your home, because they know doctors' offices are closed. They're no longer doing in-person surgeries. So you guys have the advantage more than we did, because we didn't have that. So now they're offering in-home insemination kits because, just like Brittany said, of COVID. So this will be technically easy for you. So that's just the backstory, and that I know a lot of people that know us know what we're going through, but I probably don't even know half of all of this that we're saying. Like, first of all, we just felt like a money bank. We was just shoving out money. I want to tell you, like, vows are not cheap. For one vow, it was like $950 plus shipping. It's like $250. And if you're not ready in that moment to use that vow, you have to use storage, which is like $250. So you can only imagine if we did that 4 times in the clinic. How much money is that? That's almost like $5,000-$6,000. So our insurance was not paying for every single thing. So you have to understand that you have to be ready to do that if you're going to a clinic. And reason why that was, so reason number one, I felt like a money pig. Reason number two, it didn't feel intimate enough. And then reason number three, I just felt like a guinea pig also. And I felt rushed into decisions that I wasn't necessarily ready for, because an IUI and an IVF is 2 different procedures, and they get 2 different amounts for each procedure. Mm-hmm. So that's just something to think about. So let's just jumping into the home insemination. So we and Brittany have tried a home insemination twice. They both were unsuccessful, mostly because I feel like we didn't have enough vows. So we always started with 1 vow and thought that would be enough for the procedure. And don't get me wrong, 1 vow of 500 million sperm count is good, you would think. But if your timing is not right, and home insemination, and even if you're at a clinic, they will tell you from the jump, Timing is everything. And stress, because if you're stressing about when you're going to ovulate or anything like that, you just going to prolong it. And when you think you're going to ovulate, or when you think you ovulate and it's not that way, and then you also have to time it perfectly, because you have to have the valve ship at a certain time. And this is even when you go to the clinic. So you have to have the valve ship at a certain time. And if you are stressing yourself and prolonging yourself, then the valves are going to get there and you won't be able to use them. So we tried it twice. We only had one valve. This time when we start, we'll have 2. And Brittany gets to do the honors.
Oh, it's my turn to talk. Girl. So, if we get technical, Shay did say a lot of things, but there's a lot of things, like as far as timing that has to be explained. There's a lot of things as far as the materials that it takes to do it. Me personally, let me just rewind a little bit. I didn't want to keep going to the clinic because I felt like everything y'all doing I could do at home. Y'all are bleeding us for money, okay? And the location was 45 minutes from our house. Literally, I can Google this. Mm-hmm. Like, there was nothing special about the procedure after we figured things out health-wise that caused us to be there. And then 2 surgeries that she had to go through. I just felt like on the second time, like, y'all really just hemorrhaging my insurance, and I didn't appreciate it. So, that being said, I did my homework because I also believe I can do anything in the world.
Yes, she thinks she's a whole doctor, y'all.
I know I am. I know I can do anything in the world. So, that being said, I looked up how to do an at-home intrauterine insemination. So, we ordered our specimen, what is it, like 2 or 3 days before ovulation? 3 days before ovulation?
Well, first of all, you have to get a certain specimen. Now, you can only get, when you go on a donor bank, you can only get an IUI specimen or ICI specimen. Now, we get the ICI specimen because it comes unwashed, and you get whatever is
the original motility and sperm
ejaculation.
Yeah.
You get whatever they get in that cup. Yeah. So we chose to do that because it's just 10 times more.
It's more bang for your buck.
Yeah. So
for what we're doing.
Sorry, y'all. I'm actually looking for the piece to show y'all the
vial it comes
the vial.
So the specimen comes in this vial like Shay described. And I think she might have left it in the other room. But
okay, I'm back. So this is the vial that your specimen comes in. You see, it's really, really tiny. And it comes in this big old
kit.
Oxygen tank.
No.
Kind of like that.
Cryo.
It's a cryo tank, but it looks like a short oxygen tank.
Short?
Yeah, it's kind of short.
Do we have a picture?
No.
Well.
So it's kind of short, and it comes in an oxygen tank. And then Brittany, good old doctor here, Dr. Turner.
So what I'd like to do is get you guys prepared for your IUI.
Oh, wait. Maybe we shouldn't go into that.
Well, that's what I'm about to show them, everything in the material.
Oh, okay.
So what we did use was we tracked the ovulation as per this here ovulation track sheet created by yours truly.
Yes, I created this sheet all on my own because Brittany told me something that we didn't do right in the first time. I just thought, look, I'm going to just, in the morning time, take your ovulation test, see if it's positive. If it's not, I'm going to go on by my life. But Brittany was so adamant and making sure we timed this perfectly. So she was like, you need to be testing 3 times a day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Because sometimes your ovulation surge doesn't come fast enough. So once I did that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to create. So I created this at my job. It has the date, it has the time, and it has the cycle date. I probably should have said at my job, but I had some spare time, so I just created a form. And the cycle date of the time that I took it, and then the results of the LA search. And then I just put the ovulation strip there.
What's the LA search? Excuse me, I got to fix myself. What's the LA search?
I mean, they should know all of this. But if y'all don't, LH surge is pretty much the surge that you would get during your ovulations that tells you it's the perfect time to go ahead and have sex.
Or to inseminate.
Or
it's your luteal phase.
Yes, it's your luteal phase. No, your luteal phase is after that. Your luteal phase is after your LH surge.
So your LH surge happens, then your luteal phase.
Yes, your luteal phase is from the time after ovulation to the next period. Not you making a face. Anyway, so once you do that, and normally for me, I got it down to a science, so I kind of know which day I'm gonna ovulate on. It's kind of between like the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I have 3 days. Listen, my body's weird. It just kind of fluctuates between those 3 days. So that's good for me to know.
Know your body, major key.
And then either we use, for me to test for ovulation, we go to the dollar store, we get these little cheap ones, or my babe, she bought these big ones because we originally used the easy at home ones. And these come with ovulation tests.
Okay.
And pregnancy tests.
Okay.
So yeah, you can go ahead and use that around that time. And then babe.
So when it's time.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell him one more thing. Also around that time, once I get, once I know that I'm going to be ovulation. So this is around the time that I get off my period. I'm sorry, I get on my period. So the first day I get on my period, I take the evening primrose oil pills. And these help with, what is it called?
Your mucus?
Yes, your cervical mucus. And you want it to be real nice and moist down there.
You want it to be real wet.
I know that sounds disgusting and, but this is things of natural body nature. So you want it to be real nice and wet. So that happens with this. And then along on top of that, babe, we get, what is it called?
Pre-seed.
Pre-seed, yes. That also helps with the
process.
Okay.
So the process goes as such. Do you mind handing me those soft cups? So once we are sure that Shay has ovulated, we get our specimen. We just simply get these soft cups. You guys can get there's different kinds of soft cups, diva cups. It's just, these soft cups are cups that women use on their cycle that don't like to use sanitary napkins.
Periods.
Their menstrual cycle that don't like to use sanitary napkins or tampons. They'll use something a little more.
Not you about to waste it to show them. You opened it.
We only use one per try.
Yeah.
But the soft cup comes individually wrapped for cleanliness.
And you littering.
So what you do is your specimen is the air hit it is not a lot of time. Time is slim. So everything is a time game with this. Like when I say everything. You open your specimen. First of all, let me take it further back. When you take this thing out of the cryo tank it comes in, you have to wear gloves because your hands will freeze. You slowly and easily lift it out that cryo tank, and then the goal is to get it to be slowly warmed up because it's frozen to body temperature and or room temperature. So what I'll usually do is I'll take it out slowly and I'll stick it under my arm for a while until it kind of gets to that body temperature, unless I'm running hot. Or you just sit it out for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. I forgot the exact time. I'm level with you, but I think it's like 10 minutes. But till it's
it just said to warm it up or sit it out into its room temperature or body temperature. So I want to say
about 15 minutes. So once it's done doing that, then a little secret is to make your girl, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, but you also want to make sure.
I gotta make sure it's getting ready.
Of course you want to get.
Yeah, I want to up and up. You know what I'm saying?
In the mood.
Yeah, you gotta
wink.
Come on.
But don't forget the syringe part.
Well, I didn't. Did I do it?
Because we don't have a syringe.
I got one upstairs, but did I do it with this time, or did I just pour it that last time?
No, we always put it in first, and then we put the cup in to hold it up there.
I used a syringe when I did it. Oh, so what I did do was
we don't know if we're gonna do it that way this time though.
Yeah, because this time, like everything that, like, first of all, I'm not trying to be playing with nobody's nut. Second of all, every single drop counts. So I would probably recommend once it's warm enough to kind of just slowly pour it into your soft cup. Bang. Once it's in your soft cup, and it's at that room temperature, shorty gotta be like microwave oven,
ready to go,
hot and ready, because the goal is to get your partner to ejaculate with this cup in there, okay? Because that makes the cervix kind of...
ejaculating is...
not ejaculate.
You want them to get them to
I want her to... No, you want her to bust a good old pow, okay? Because...
The explicit version.
Because...
Ooh, go tip.
Because the cervix is gonna... when you do...
Sorry, y'all.
Yo, Tiff is
My
wild.
dog is treadmilling behind the camera, and normally she only do that on special occasions. So I said, "Go Tiff, go Tiff," and she just busted out, did it again.
Come
okay,
on.
girl.
So what you're gonna do is once the cup is full, you want to slide it in. So how we slid it in is like, I learned this on YouTube also.
Come on.
But like this the circle, pinch the top, slide that mug in like bong, and what it'll do on the inside is expand and clasp onto the cervix like so, like that. Okay, and then when your partner comes to climax, the cervix will like.
Yeah. So women, when y'all feeling that throbbing sensation, that's your cervix pulling in what they would think is the guy's semen. So basically, it's not. I remember somebody used to tell me, I thought that was just a heartbeat down there after I climax. Girl. No, honey, that's you pulling in what they think. What she think is ready for her.
I mean, it's a heartbeat too now.
Okay,
but
you don't have to go that far.
It feels like it. But yeah, once you guys calculate the ovulation day, you order your specimen. Make sure it's delivered on time, yo.
Yeah,
on
that's
time. It. You take your specimen out. You be careful with that. Room temperature. Fill your cup. Slide it in. Bring it to climax. Once she comes to climax, it's a tail or not, but the cup holds everything together. I recommend wearing the cup for a little while.
Yes, they do. They do. I'm sorry, they do recommend wearing it at least for 24 hours after.
And let me also say, like, if your cervix is tilted, that's also very important.
And you would need to know that.
Yeah. So when you like lay down and you insert this, because I recommend putting your feet up for a couple minutes if you could.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you lay down, you want to lay to where your cervix opening is. So if your cervix is still to the left, you want to lay them legs up and to the left some. The goal is to kind of get your swimmers to go home
in the cervix and
right.
hit that thing on the arrow bow. Right. But the good way to find out if your cervix is tilted is make sure, this is going back to make sure you go into your gynecologist, because prior to this whole experience, I found a gynecologist that I wanted to go to, and then also with a gynecologist, I found the clinic. So I found both of them at the same time, because after you technically get pregnant with the clinic, they don't take you on as a patient. You have to go to your gynecologist for that. So that's the reason why we found both. And then I was going to her and to the clinic, and that's how I found out my cervix was tilted. Cervix was tilted to the left.
Right. And if you want to, if you feel confidence in your health, you can just simply ask your gynecologist, because all of you ladies should have a gynecologist. Mm-hmm. So you ask your OBGYN, come on. Hey, is my cervix straight? What's up? Don't feel no shame in asking questions about your body, and getting to know your body, right? Because how you gonna make a baby? You don't even know what's going on.
Right? And then you also, and when she means the timing is really, out of everything we said today, the most important is timing, because you need to make sure that you're tracking your ovulation and everything is on point. For me, the donor bank that I use, they take 2-day priority shipping, which means that I need to be ordering it earlier than what I think I'm going to ovulate so that it can be there. Now, the tank lasts up to 7 days, which means that it can hold the specimen and freeze it up until 7 days, which means that starts from the moment they say your package is shipped, which means that you need to be right on time, that it needs to be arriving right before you ovulate. Now this is where it gets tricky, because if you're using 2 specimens and not 1, mm-hmm. you have to also know, once you get the positive surge, you have to know if your body ovulates within 6 hours, 12 hours, or 24 hours after you get that surge. My body ovulates 24 hours after I get a positive surge. So that means after 24 hours, we should be doing the first insemination, and then after 36 hours we should be doing the second, and then that's when you know that's how you time everything. Mm-hmm. If you don't know that, which is why I made the chart, if you don't know that, and if you just going off of the LH surge, I got a positive LH surge and now we can inseminate, and because you found somebody else online because they inseminated 6 hours after, you have to do your body's research. You have to, because that's the only way it'll work. And which is why I think it didn't happen for us those times because, one, I felt like the clinic was just ordered. Everybody had the same process. They didn't differentiate for anybody. They didn't say, this is how your body works, Kelly. We're going to do this over here this way. This is how your body works, Shay. We're going to do this over here. No. They literally treated everyone the same, which means that their process was, if you test positive the day before, call us and let us know, and then you'll come in at 7 a.m. the next day to get inseminated. That's not how that works. No. Because just because I'm coming in next day and I tested positive for LH surge that night before, doesn't mean I'm ovulating within that time frame that y'all inseminating me in. So I could have ovulated, we going at 7 in the morning, and I could be ovulating technically at 10 o'clock. The sperm only lasts 24 hours from the banks. So that means we're missing our mark, which is why you have to know your body and you have to time it perfectly.
Right. And then also, I did fail to mention something very important about the at-home IUI. Pre-seed. Shay said it earlier, but pre-seed is important because the type of lubricant that pre-seed is, it's a lubricant that doesn't kill off the sperm count. I mean, do we really know? I don't know. But that is supposed to be the type of lubricant. But that is supposed to be the...
Mama, come here.
Having a fit today. But that is supposed to be the type of lubricant that does not kill off the sperm. So it will not affect the motility of your sperm.
Right.
Just wanted to mention that.
Okay. Yes. So basically that comes to the end of this video. I hope you guys have gotten some really good information, that we gave you all a backstory to our story. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage of us trying to get pregnant in the near future. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If you want us to do more videos about like stuff as far as fertility clinic goes. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that word today. With the clinic and our experience and just knowing in general, we have a lot of information when it comes to that kind of thing. It's funny because we're talking about this on camera, but if you ask any of our family, we have been very private about some of this stuff. Only certain people know exactly what's been happening, exactly what's been going on. So when even some of our family see this video, they're going to be kind of like shocked because they don't really know. Mm-hmm. So this is the first time we ever really been open about this process. It's very strenuous, especially for women who wants to be moms.
And an emotional.
It's an emotion. Yes, it's very emotional. You know, you going through, especially at the clinic, you going through these times, and that's another thing too. I was at the clinic all the time when we're getting these negative news, like, oh, you got, because you have to go in for a pregnancy test. Oh, you're going in for a pregnancy test, and they say, oh, well, it didn't happen this time, and they're so automatically ready to jump to the next step, and we are still trying to grieve in the process of, especially me, like, why is my body not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Mm-hmm. So being at home for me was, it felt very intimate. It felt very like, okay, we can do this on our own. This is something that we've researched, we learned, like sterilize and everything else. So it just felt more comfortable. I can't say that eventually I won't end up in a clinic if it doesn't work out, but God, I know this is going to work out. So I'm not too worried about that, and I feel more confident at home than I do doing it at a clinic at this particular moment. It's just I'm just have trauma from that. But if you guys want to know anything else that can, about the test for the polyps, about the surgery for the polyps, how did that go? Mm-hmm. How did we find that? How does she know my tooth? If you want any more information, if you want anything else that we can help you with regarding this topic, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to make another video. Yeah. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out on my channel every Wednesday or Thursday, because that's probably when I post videos. And I'll see you in my next video. Deuces.